I'm Rachel,
I'm Julia.
where we live in faith every day.
This is Life.
Welcome to Life.
Hey guys.
We thought we would talk about a lot of the difficult and painful things that happened recently. And yeah.
It's been a rough week, guys. You
Yes.
can't even tell by our camera.
It doesn't want to focus. Yeah, it has. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough weekend. We talked about it briefly on our vlog, but it was a very tough weekend. It was a tough week, and it's still pretty tough. It's like when it rains, it pours. Yeah, it's kind of boring with thunderstorms and all. So, you want to talk about some of yours?
I feel like the timing though, because last week for my school we had midterms. So when it's midterms week, we call it Hell Week
Oh, yeah.
on campus. And I feel like everything happened during that
The Hell Week. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things weren't working out the way I wanted to. My schedules were like all messed up. I wasn't feeling good, you know? And then there was a few times where like I was about to get into an accident, but like I didn't. And it wasn't because like I was like being the one like driving, there's like someone else, you know, coming towards me or something. I'm like, whoa, you know?
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and then like obviously this past weekend, one of our
Guest speaker
Yeah.
crashed right before they were supposed to come and speak, and then
but he came.
Mhm.
He came, but that happened, and then one of our church members.
on the way back from our venue got into a severe car accident, and it looked like her car was probably going to be totaled. I was right behind her, so I saw the whole thing and witnessed the whole thing, and kind of was the first responder. So yeah, that was really rough.
I just got a phone call and heard, and I was like, whoa, what is going on? So that was the biggest thing that happened.
Event.
I feel like that just like, you know, made us realize, wow, something's going on.
The cherry on top, basically.
Yeah, it just like kind of got everyone's attention, I think.
Absolutely. And we talked about it a little bit during our mukbang, but yeah, that was the big incident that we were talking about. And yeah, one of the people that was riding in her car was injured. She had like a broken collarbone, I think.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty rough. But it was also kind of like a silver lining, because everybody was there to support each other, and everybody was really supportive of each other.
And it's just like this, because this past weekend it was about teamwork, team bonding, getting to know each other more. Like, we already knew each other, but we wanted to be like have a family time. And we really did connect. If you see in our vlog, the kids were really connected.
They were having a blast.
But when that happened, all the kids, I feel like it was another team bonding moment. I mentioned this in our mukbang, but
It furthered their bond.
they did. And like, I was talking to the victim that was in the car accident, and she told me she's just received so much love and support through messages. And I was like, I guess she was like really like like she felt really good about that, and like she couldn't believe like the love and support she was getting.
Right.
So I was like, wow,
That's really awesome.
yeah.
And it's really hard to find that kind of love and support, from
Right,
people.
because it's not like one or two people, it's like everyone,
Right.
because like we're family. And it made me realize, wow,
Yeah.
that's family.
And like, it's crazy because I know I said it, but I was just like, wow, okay, if all of these bad things are happening, that means we're doing something right, and Satan is not happy about it. And then our pastor said that, and the guest speaker, because he found out about it and we told him. She told me that he told her the same thing.
Yeah.
So, we're starting to see that. We're starting to notice, okay, we're doing something right, and it's not making Satan happy, which makes me happy that he's not happy, but at the same time, a little like, okay.
And cautious.
Absolutely, because we don't know what's gonna happen again, you know? Like her phone getting fried.
Oh my goodness, that happened out of nowhere. It was functioning fine all day, and then my phone was like,
Dead.
nope, you're not gonna log this. And I'm like, what?
Exactly. So, you know, that just proves our point even further that what we're doing,
I don't know, man. I'm getting goosebumps.
you know, like, I mean, I noticed it and I saw it and I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, we're doing something right. Now it's all about keep pushing it, and just keep at it, keep trucking along, and don't let Satan, you know, like win. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think even at, you know, we need to support each other even more, you know, because I know it gets tough and then you're going to want to give up.
Yeah.
But, you know, we got to stay strong.
Absolutely. And I was telling her, I was just like, yeah, it's like Satan is a little too late. We're already like starting to bond, and then Satan is trying to break that bond now. And I'm just like, yeah, you're just a little too late. Just a tiny bit too late.
God is good. No, seriously, like, wow. That car crash, I'm telling you, if you saw a picture of it, you'd think someone died. But
it was pretty bad because when it crashed, I saw car parts flying everywhere.
oh my goodness.
And her car literally just spun, and then on top of that I saw like a little bit of smoke coming out of the front of the car. And so I didn't know that was one of our church members, and in my car I was just like, oh, I really hope that's not one of our church members, you know, because I came out pretty late, so I didn't follow anybody out.
Right.
And then I saw people coming out, but I didn't recognize them until, you know, the guy next to me or the person that was driving with me were like, oh yeah, that's, you know, whatever. And I was just like, wait, what? And so that's when I turned and then like turned around to meet with them.
Right.
But yeah, it was, yeah, I was surprised that only one person was injured.
Yeah. And it wasn't like, you know, like
Severe,
critical
yeah.
condition. I was just like, you know, that's pretty bad still, but
Yeah.
you know.
A minor whiplash or, you know, a concussion. Like I was expecting a whole lot more, but no, like some bumps and bruises, and then, you know, that one individual with the collarbone, and that was it. So it was like a miracle.
I was super
Pretty much.
thankful, for real. Like when we heard about it, like all the girls, they were crying, and like it was crazy. It was just, you know, we all prayed over the phone or whatnot, and then we just like, you know,
Yeah.
it was one big wow.
I mean, I heard about all of that later because I was at the scene, like trying to
Yeah, she was busy
take care of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everyone was devastated, and it was just, they're doing better though from what we've heard. Definitely better. I don't know if you guys want to, please keep them in your prayers because they've been in our prayers. So they're recovering real quick.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Absolutely. And if anything, you know, their relationship with God is stronger
Oh
than
yeah,
ever
of course.
because of it, you
Yeah.
know. And our relationship with them has gotten stronger too. So, you know, for sure, it's a strong bonding. It's a real life situation, like a tragic situation that brought us all together.
Right. And it's like we see the bad, but we just realize how bad the bad can get, you know? And then also realize like the good. You're just like,
That
wow.
comes out from the bad.
Yeah, you're just like, wow, God is really good, you know?
Yeah.
He proves it. It's like,
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy too, because like we were just talking about why does God let bad things happen? And, you know, this happened, and we're just like, okay, like what is going on?
yeah, and the things that led up to that event,
Yeah.
you know? I'm actually really close with the person that got into the accident, and we were actually talking about it. Like, we were talking about all the bad things that's been happening. And then like she even said like, oh, it's probably because we're doing something right. We're actually having this conversation like 2 days before the accident.
Yeah.
And then when the accident happened, we're just like, what in the world
What is going on? Yeah. And it was actually after we filmed that video, that's when a lot of bad things were happening with you.
Yeah. So
So-
I felt like my life was just like going down because I had like 2 breakdowns after that. I don't know what was going on, but
I I mean, I've had my fair share when I first started learning about that, you know, and that's how I was able, like, we were able to share like the true answer to that question. But like for me, when I first was, you know, answering those questions, that was when I was at like the deep, deep dark, you know, of my life, and that's when a lot of terrible things were happening.
Yeah.
Like one thing after another, and so, you know, it just proves our point that when you're trying to follow God, when you're trying to do the right thing, and when you're trying to have a stronger relationship with God, that's when a lot of bad things happen, because Satan is trying so hard to make sure that you don't have that relationship with him.
Yeah, and I think the important part is coming, you know, when you fall, you know,
Get back up again.
get back up.
Mhm.
You know, just
Brush it off.
brush it off and get back up and keep
Exactly.
going. Just, I know it's hard, but just keep going. It's like, you know, when you're hiking up to, like, you know, top of a mountain, you don't stop. Just keep going, and they'll be rewarding at the end.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah, so if this is something you're going through right now, you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are going through it.
Yeah.
And just know that there are also people around you that really, like, that will help you get through it.
Mhm. Absolutely. And, you know, when you are going through a lot of difficult things, maybe the question should be, okay, am I doing something right? And that's why all these bad things are happening.
Yeah. And definitely pray about it,
Mhm.
because God is listening always,
Mhm.
and He's always there to guide you, and He's always trying to make, even though these bad things are happening, He'll show you the good.
Yeah. And like for me, it's kind of crazy too, because like, it was like soon after I started my YouTube, right? I lost what little income I was getting, right? And then my parents were not doing well financially.
What?
And
I didn't know about this.
and like all these things, and I was just like, oh man, it's gonna be tough, you know, like driving back and forth, and like I didn't want to be a burden to my parents and stuff like that. And I was just like, no, I'm just gonna keep trucking along. I'm just gonna keep doing it, and like just keep going and all this stuff.
She didn't tell me this. I'm finding out right now, live.
So, you know, like I knew Satan was trying to stop what we were doing for some time.
Oh.
And I just kept trucking along. And it's just crazy because now I'm even more confident that Satan is trying really hard to break us down, because now he's attacking Julia and he's attacking our church, you know?
But God's happy about it.
Exactly. So he protected us.
Yeah.
We could have gotten injured. The kids could have gotten badly injured, right?
Right.
And I could have gone bankrupt, and my parents could have lost their homes or whatever, but we didn't, you know?
It's because we trust God, and, you know, He'll provide.
Exactly.
Like we told you guys from the beginning
Yep.
when we started this.
Mm-hmm.
Just enough.
Mm-hmm. And if you lack, then he will fulfill, you know? So
Really.
there you go. Till next time.
Bye, guys. Oh.
Rewind.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe and press that bell button to get that alert, and comment. Until next time. Bye.